Holy crap, it's so good to be back in this room. So whilst I was away, I've actually come up with a few ideas. So I'm still doing what I was going to do to this building, which is mirror build it. So I'm going to start that probably today. But let's do this. Okay, so I've just finished mirroring this whole build, which actually was quite quick. The only thing I didn't think about is that the wedges used for this corner here are obviously of a particular wedge. I need the opposite one to make this work. I don't know if they exist. I'm gonna have to look that up, so keep your fingers crossed for me. But for now, it's Spaces in the City. I have placed it. I'm just playing around with how I want the rest to look. I think I'm gonna try and make this sort of plaza dip a little bit and then go back up. So these are, as you can see, 3 bricks high. This is 2 bricks high, and then it's going to slope down to 1 brick and no brick at all. So this needs to kind of be like a little dip and then go back up, I think, just to integrate it better. So I'm going to remove this edge. So kind of the edging of the sanctum is going to probably change quite a bit. Additionally, I will have to have a 16 by 32 modular in that corner as well as in there. So there is a little bit of modification required, I believe. And also I want to have some fake facade sits there to kind of create a bit more of a view of depth. But for now, I am quite unsure if this is right, and I'm just trying to come up with a way that this fountain here in the middle works. Possibly maybe just making some from medium nougat, or maybe goldish, I don't know. I think the fountain will need to be made more grand, is how I'm feeling right now. Alright, I've turned up the city again. So here is my progress on sort of the sanctum, brick bank, olds, yoldy worldy sanctum bit. I think I quite like it. I have to be honest, this is a complete experiment, as you can see. I think it's still a little bit too polished, like all the steps are really like even, but I think if I use some uneven tiles to make it so some of it looks a bit broken or something, it's going to feel a little bit more authentic. I think this is a good step. Then I've started wondering what to do next to the sanctum, and I have no idea. I put the pub here. I think I was kind of adamant that I wanted to have it sit next to like the detective's office, and I still kind of really like it there, but then it also has that sort of same vibe as these buildings have, so I thought it could look really good next to it. I'm not sure of it now I see it. So yeah, I'm just doing so much experimenting. I am just going to be playing around with this again today, because why settle on a layout when you can do it 20 different times? Yippee! Lots of progress is happening, but all of it is very indeterminate at the moment. So I have 8 studs here, which will still allow a 16 base plate, I think, to sit here. I'm not entirely sure. I think it may be a bit tight, but it should be fine. So I need to create a building that comfortably sits next to the sanctum and also is smooth on this side. So it's like a 3D corner building. And I just cannot for the life of me determine what does look nice. I started kind of building the fountain area as well, kind of tiling it, realised I needed quite a lot of things. I was going to adapt this building to sit next to here because I thought it was going to look quite nice. I think I'll still use this really because I think the colours of it look nice and the shape works really well. It's a really good thing that sort of sets this building apart from the sanctum. However, I'm unsure if I'm going to still be calling it hoopers or anything like that. I'm kind of thinking, should I go for like a really bold colour scheme to kind of break from this more muted area into something like screaming for people's attention a bit more? Maybe just do that with the bottom floor. I tried some dark orange because I think that looks quite nice with dark green, but I'm just having a bit of a play. I think what I'll do is have a little browse on Instagram and Rebrickable and stuff just for some inspiration, because I definitely feel like I need it at the moment, and then we'll see what will happen. I'm kind of making progress. I've decided to go with a completely different colour scheme. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think it contrasts nicely enough with this modular, and also I'm not going to make it as tall as the brick bank, so it just shouldn't matter that it's white as well. And there's lots of green decoration, so basically I'm going to make it like a sort of sloped roof possibly, and otherwise I'm going to make a sort of not sloped roof but one with a billboard on top, because I think that'd be quite cool. I have the billboard from the Sesame Street thing, which I think would kind of look kind of cool if I could do it. I'm not sure about it as I'm going, but I'm just doing some detail work on the side with the windows and, you know, kind of seeing how it works out. I ended up staying late in this room yesterday after the stream ended, and as you can see, I've made some progress. I don't know if it's going to stay as usual, but that isn't the one that I'm going to have sit there, but I'm going to create a narrow sort of just like fake facade to sit there. Maybe just like maybe just gonna make an alleyway with like little, I don't know, telephone boxes or something. And then this one's probably gonna move. I just tried it out to see if I liked it. I had this one sitting there before, but it's just too bright and blue. So I think I'm going to probably remove this one and that one from the city. I'm going to be using this as an alleyway back to the, you know, the back of the things. And then I'm going to be building a 16 by 32, which is bigger than I used to have. Modular to kind of like sit really nicely next to the sanctum and kind of goes a bit deeper behind. I'm actually kind of happy. Like, I don't like how tucked away the pub is because I love the pub, but at the same time I think this kind of works. I had to remove like the very top of the police station to make it fit, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna see if I like this, and yeah, we'll see. After yesterday and having sort of found places where I want to put things, I now have some ideas. So I went onto Rubricable and kind of started looking at some potential mocks. So I really like this fountain. I think this is really beautiful. I love how decorative it is, but I don't know if it's too big. It's £4. It's by Black Mantle Builder. I think I'm going to see if I can purchase these instructions and see if I can adjust these, like this thing. I really like it. I think it'd be really fancy and perfect for like the more old world like fountain area. Then I have this building, which I've kind of wanted to build for a while. I don't have the 2 toy shops, but I was thinking I could possibly see if I can find all the bricks in different colors to make this building, because I'm looking for like a corner build. But actually there are some other ones that may be nicer. Also, actually, I've come across this. It's an instruction by Brian, SDL Bricko. It's free, as you can see. You can just download the instructions. And I love this bench. I think it's perfect with this fountain for the like more old school area of the city. So I don't have the black snakes, but I have the dark bluish grey ones, so maybe I could like make 2 of these benches. I don't know, I don't think I have enough parts, but it would be really, really cool looking. This is a really cool possible building. I couldn't like do this side of it, but like doing this side, I wouldn't do it in the same colours, but it's such a cool sort of like different style building that I could possibly use as a corner building. This is from Bricative. I really like the look of it, but I don't know how easy it is to separate. And then there is this building that I've had on my wanted list for ages, but I think it's slightly bigger than 16 studs, which is a shame, but it's really pretty. And I kind of want to add this to the city at some point, but I may not right now because I don't think it would fit. And then this one I think may be just perfect because it has sort of the colour scheme of the rest of the like area, but it has like a wine shop. I think in a lot of ways, apart from this side building here, this has all the elements of what I want the 16 by 16 modular next to the Sanctum Sanctorum to look like. The wine bar completely fits into the old style city. This sort of like canal house aesthetic really works. I think I would mock it and like not have this side here and maybe have this be taller and then have this slightly more like steep. But I think this may just be the perfect one to have. It's by CG Tonic, and actually really funnily, he is the same person that also made this modular here, which I've also built but slightly adjusted, and obviously I only built this side of it and not that side. So he's actually got some really nice ones that I really like. So just wanted to kind of show where I got some inspiration from. This is another really close one. I really like this one. Look, it's kind of also perfect, and I really like the sloped roof. But I may just do the wine bar because I think it's just a little bit more perfect for the area that I want to place it in. I was gonna see if I could do like a canal house like this. I've been wanting to build this canal house for a long time, but at the moment I don't really feel super inspired, and actually I just kind of want to build something. So I think I'm gonna go with purchasing these instructions and getting a move on. Alright, I'm actually really impressed. I have way more bricks for this than I thought I had. As you can see, I pretty much have all of them, but I still need 4 beards in light bluish grey, and I'd like the attachments for the hands, and I think that is pretty much it. But I think it looks really cool, especially when there's the fish on their heads, which is going to be extra fantastic, and it's just going to be sitting right there. And I think, I mean, obviously in the centre, so it'll look a bit better, but I think it's maybe nicer than the one that I had before, which is slightly less decorative. There is, as I said, various things that I'll upgrade about it, but it's quite a nice fountain and I'm very pleased with it. So this is my pile of all the bricks that I'll need to make the wine shop. I actually have quite a lot. I've placed 2 orders as well, and I only have 6% left that I need to purchase. So I'm actually really close, which I'm pretty happy with. So that should allow me to build the wine shop. The only problem is that I don't have the base plates, so I can't build any of the top floors, and I don't have any of the red stuff, so I can't build the bottom floor. So I have to wait for my orders to get here in order to actually make progress. Even though when I went to my parts collections, I actually already had like 70% or so of the bricks. As you can see, my majestic fountain that has 1 beard, I had to borrow it of Dumbledore. I asked him, he said it was okay if I did it temporarily, so he looks very majestic. I do really want to order those fish for their heads though, because I think that's gonna look so cool. I've decided what I want to do with this area, so I think for now we're gonna have the radio station sit here. It's not perfect, but it's perfect enough. In order to have it integrate here properly, is I need to make this transition like better, and then I thought I could have like the lower down cycle path run in front, but that means I can continue the cycle path which I still have left over from the previous city, because obviously as I've designed this top level now, it can't go all the way across like it used to, but it can go that way in front, and then out that way. And I could maybe make like a pretend bridge there with like a black background, so like it looks like it kind of goes further in, and then maybe make something at the top there. So that is what I'm working on right now. But before I can do that, I need to actually break these apart. So these are the old things that sat in front of the buildings that I used to have. There's actually quite a lot of bricks in this, which is good because I now have these back, which hadn't really thought about that. Obviously I cut these base plates so they fitted the awkward space I had, but actually I'm really lucky because they're basically still perfect depth for this area. All I have to do is basically make an extra cut here, and then it will fit perfectly in front of this radio station again, so that's great. And then the rest can just be base plates down there, so I'm pretty happy. Excuse my amazing appearance, I've been a bit cold, and I live in this dressing gown in winter and autumn and spring, like all the time, really. I just make an effort for videos, really. There's a lot of stuff and bricks that can come out of me taking apart old city things, which is pretty helpful. And I feel less overwhelmed with it right now, which is good. So I'm gonna harness that energy and actually like work on some bits. I want to kind of think about what I can do with the park area. I think once I start putting some things together and finishing things like the top level with the haunted house, the brickbank and the sanctum, I think I'll start to feel slightly happier with it, because then it will start feeling like a city again and not just like a shelf with some modulars. So yay, I guess I'm getting there. So it's been a while coming, but I think I'm making strides in the right direction. Cut and ready. Oh yeah. My first order has arrived for the wine shop, which is amazing because that means I can probably start on like the top 2 levels, because I don't have the red. The red is with the other order that I've only just paid for, so I'm hoping that will be sent stuff like next week. I've also continued working on like the pavement, like not pavement, well actually also pavement, the pavement and the continuation of the cycle path, which is going to go around this building for now. Now I think this works all rightish. Basically what I'd really like to do today is sort of like mirror build these, so at least I have some roads temporarily again, because I would really like to have some roads back. And here's all the things, all the bricks of the things that I've taken apart, so I'm gonna have so much to sort as well. Here is the chaos I've been working on. So I'm very excited to have basically the road back in place. I think it's in the right orientation. I'm just gonna keep it the way it used to be because I think it's gonna keep it easier just for now. Maybe I'll change it in the future. I have realised I've lost 2 studs, so my canal doesn't fit any longer, but that's okay. This is obviously completely changeable. And I still need to reintroduce the road that I had to finish the bit here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I've built these really nice ornate wrought iron benches. I don't know if I'm going to keep them yet just because they're quite big for the area that they're in, but they are very cool. I obviously didn't have the black snakes, but come on, that's very nice looking. My parcel to complete 94% of my winery build is here. Whoop! Let's open this on camera. Also, yes, I just had soup for lunch. Hi Ben, this is interesting.
Good soup.
Good soup. Right, let's open this up. Oh look, it is in a box. Oh yeah, boy. So as you can see, there are some of the ones for the bottom, some for the roof. We've got some of the things for the fountain as well, like these things are for the fountain. and the top little thing. They have so many details. I'm very excited. I think what I'll do is take my winery bit down and finish it here because I have a bit of room. Yes, we have our dining table in the living room. It's because every evening we set our computers up here now so we can game together because that's who we are. But let's get the winery here and let's get it built. Not gonna lie, I quite like this office all the time. This is so much space. There's like a computer all the way there. Like, oh, this is great. Wow. Progress is slow but steady. Here we have the ground floor, the first floor. Yeah, I just put this together. This is the ground floor. This is as much red as I have for now, so it's a little bit holy. And this is, I think, the sign I'm going to keep that, but I may change it. I do think there may be better options, but it's a good size. I thought it was quite cute. Bookcase build, ready to go into this interior. It's getting really dark, so it's hard to show you. Got the table there, got the little thing, got the stairs upwards. Yeah, it's going well. Because no home is complete without a good bookcase. Alright, this is as far as I could get before I ran out of bricks. I think it looked quite good. Okay, progress isn't terrible. Look at that. I think it looks really, really nice in that corner. Obviously it will look much more nicer as well once everything is like red as it should be because the black is a bit weird at the moment, but I think it looks so nice. I think it's kind of like the perfect little addition. I think I may make this sort of like terracey thing wrap around eventually because it'd be quite nice to have a few people like drinking wine outside and stuff. I think that would be quite nice. It feels like it's coming together. So I'm very happy. So I thought I'd just do a final clip of the city as it is now to finish off this city update. Honestly, I'm so excited. I think it's looking so good. I think the autumn colours are really like making things set apart. Honestly, for anybody that's doing a city, trees, they're the best. They really give the city life. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with where I am right now. I have got more of this red coming. I've added some leaves and minifigures just to kind of bring that sort of real life to the city that I used to have quite a lot. I really like the square as it is. My wizards are looking fantastic. The fish for their heads are on order, so the fountain will look lovely very, very soon. I may change some of these for like the chrome ones that came in the Aston Martin set because I think that would look really nice. But overall, I'm very, very happy with where it's at. I'm glad that I've got the cycle path continued. I think the standalone building works really well. It's going to look even nicer when there is like that facade at the back, so you kind of have that view into a city, like a faraway view. And overall, it's just coming together, and it's been a long time working on it and coming. So I am very, very happy. I'm glad that I persevered. It was not easy, and I definitely wanted to give up a few times. Obviously, definitely not finished. There's lots of mocks that I need to still do. There has to be a park, as you can see. I'm putting a Sigvig together. As you know, there is still a park to come. There's this area to finish, this building to change because it doesn't work on this corner anymore. That road, the tram, the vehicles need to come back. All of it needs to be finished, lit up, all of that kind of stuff. But at least that is finishing touches, and I think I finally have settled on the layout, and I'm so happy. Sadly, these two buildings did not make the cut. I'm not super surprised by that. This was only ever like a temporary anyway. This one I do like. It just didn't feel right in a city anywhere. It was just too blue. So I think I may just break this down and put it in a bag for later. If I ever have more space, I can just add it back in. Because I did really like its position next to the donut shop. I think that looks really good. And I think I could have possibly have put it in between those two buildings, but I just don't have enough space in this city as it is. So I had to compromise. So I'm going to probably break this down and wait for another time. And this is probably just going to go into my park collection now. I do really think this is a fantastic mock. I would totally recommend it to anybody, but it just doesn't feel right for the city. And then these two buildings here are waiting for me to mock them. Yes, I will have a grocery store. Yes, I will have a Lego store in the city. Where, how, when? All those questions remain to be answered. Tune back in next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you wonderful, wonderful folk very, very soon. Stay awesome. Au revoir. How do? Goodbye. Bye.